Good morning. Today we are going to discuss the Unit 5, the Instructional Media, Part 4 from Mathematics. Disclaimer: the video content has been made available for informational and educational purpose only. Let's start with what are the benefits of using word processing in the classroom. The word processors are a valuable part of the technology now available for educators in schools. The students and teachers both receive many benefits when doing the classwork on the computer. Many of the headaches of the paperwork are eliminated. Spelling: the word processor contains an electronic spell checker. The writer has immediate feedback about the misspelled words. Students must discern which of the computer generated spellings is correct for the context. Teachers no longer have to read ink spelling errors. They can focus on the few exceptions the spell checkers does not match. Security: teachers and students gain a sense of security about losing assignments. When the student save her work, she avoids the possibility of the assignment being lost or misplaced. If an assignment is ever misplaced, a replacement can be easily printed. The legibility: teachers benefit by receiving a readable copy that is easy to grade. Students with poor handwriting can increase their scores with better looking papers. Students should be instructed to turn in copies of the works in a readable font. Publishing: work done on a word process can easily be published on the bulletin board. Teachers can create electronic anthologies of their students' writing. Each student can receive an electronic copy of the published work with no printing cost. Mobility: work done on a word processor and saved on the internet is highly portable and accessible from any computer with internet access. Dogs do not eat papers in cyberspace. I forget it at home is irrelevant. Just log on to the nearest computer and your work appears on the screen. The word processing software revisited and some tips for making better use of basic software applications. Word processing software is installed on almost every school computer and is one of the most used technology tools in education, with applications from writing up IEPs to documenting the lesson plans. Most teachers have some basic experience with word processing, and students are achieving similar level of experience. However, this may not be the case for the ESOL students. Many of our students have come from situations where computer access has not been available, and because of that background, they are trying not only to learn a second language, but are also trying to gain the technology skills that they use in other students. Some of the ways the word processing can be used, both by the teacher and by the students, to improve their language ability and learning while acquiring the modern technology skills. Consider some of the basics of the word processing. First, many features of word processing can improve readability for the students. The word processor marks text consistently, easy to read. Whenever we write with a word processor, we are not writing for a single situation. We are writing for repeated future uses of the document. Rereading, editing, printing, etc. If a student loses instructions or assignment, it is very easy to produce an additional copy. Additionally, a teacher work is made easier when a document can be adapted for the new need rather than created from the scratch. By using the word processor to write assignments, develop lesson plans, create reports, and even to write letters homes, we are creating a personal database of the material for future use. An advantage of word processing is the ability to change many aspects of the text appearance. Some font styles are easier to read than others are. Some font sizes are more comfortable than others, or some font colors provide better contrast than others. Researchers have discovered that very young, early elementary or emerging readers prefer to read sans serif font. As they develop, they change their reading preference to their serif fonts. In addition to using the font, their style that is easy to read, you can improve readability by altering the font size. Research has found that young children read better with larger fonts when the children under the 7 prefer a font size of about 24 point. As the children get older, the font size decreases to about 11 points. If you look at the most children books and compare the textbooks to newspapers and books for adults, you will see the difference in font structure for children and adults. Years while students are often a time at a learning stage which mimics that of the emerging readers, where it is the most effective for them to read sans serif fonts initially before developing ability with the serif fonts. Word processors are generally set to use a specific font size. This default setting may not be used for reverse situation. You can easily adjust the font size by highlighting the text, going up to the your toolbar format. A small increase in the font size may make your written material much easier for students to understand. While the larger words will take more paper space, the document will all look like less crowded, therefore making students feel more comfortable with the amount of information on the page. Wide or the open spaces in important documents, too many small words filling in a page can intimidating to any students. Another thing to keep in mind while writing is to make sure that you use both upper and lower case letters. Don't write in all uppercase. The shape of the written word itself produces an image to the reader that helps in decoding by providing clues to the names and sentences. Check this for yourself by looking at the sentence written in all the capitalized letters, then compare it to the text written in both upper and lower case letters. The important considerations concerning the font style is to keep it clear, simple, and read. You can also use the common word processor functions of the bold, italicized, underline text to help your students recognize important words and phrases. You can build upon these functions even further with most word processor by using the highlighting options. We can also highlight words or emphasize them through the use of the color. Most word processors will allow you to change the color of your text to emphasize a word or a passage and format the word to the new color. Many new words processor also have the ability to highlight text. In this case, the word processor act as if you are used as a highlighting marker, allowing you to mark your words and passages. Researchers has found that the contrast that exists between the yellow and black is greater than the contrast existing between black and white, making items highlighting in yellow much easier for most people spot and recognize. To make a word stand out, use the word processor ability to highlight color text. It is important to remember that if you have a color printer, you can print color fonts or color highlights. If you have a laser printer, you may able to use your printer to highlight in levels of grays. Using the text, which has a level of gray or even a slight change in color, can make it very noticeable when it is printed on the paper. Of course, not all the documents need to be printed. Many documents will be read directly from the computer monitor, freeing you from concern about printers, papers, or the ink. Additionally, students can easily adjust the text that they read on the screen to a font and size that feel comfortable to them. Researchers have found that students prefer a larger font size of 14 to 16 for reading from the computer screen. Word processors usually include several checking features. Checkers for spelling, grammar, thesaurus, readability are useful to the teachers when creating documents for the student use as well as for the student authors. Rather than being a crunch or causing students to develop lazy habits, spelling and grammar checking actually provides immediate feedback, so they make the students more independent writers. Readers that have being a crutch or causing students to develop lazy habits, spelling and grammar checking actually provides immediate feedback and makes students more independent writers. The students can see as they write when words are misspelled. They choose from the list of options to make their own corrections. With repetition, students use correct spelling and grammar because they make the writing faster. There is no delay between writing and receiving a corrected paper, and there is no reliance on an outside authority for making corrections. The important point to teach the students here concerns the behavior of the spell checker and the grammar checker. Students will usually consider anything marked by the either checker to be wrong, even when this is not the case, such as their own names or passive sentence structure. You, as a teacher, might want to change the grammar checker style format to a more casual settings. The Thesaurus is an excellent tool which students can use to export new vocabulary to include with the writing. Making sure to check the students' writing and explain about the shades of the meaning because students need to simply add new words suggested by the thesaurus without checking their meaning. Another tool available in modern word processing is the readability statistics analyzer. The readability statistics are useful for the teachers who have students reading at the various grade levels. A document can be checked for readability, then adapted to a lower grade levels, which will help the built-in readability statistics analyzer of thesaurus. The students can even track their own writing ability, provide their own feedback on the writing. What is computer networking? According to the managed its resources, Toronto provider PCM Canada, computer networking is a pool of integrated computers configured to one another. The computer networks or data network are the chains of nodes linked by the communication channels. The nodes receive, transmit, or exchange data between endpoints. The data transmitted is in the form of the voice or the video traffic. How do you network two computers? Wired Ethernet cables and wireless radio waves connect these computers. The blend of technology relies on the defined algorithms to transmit the data between the specified endpoints. The endpoint include computers, servers, mobile devices, and tablets, among others. The computer networking enhances seamless communication, cohesive functioning, and resource sharing. The type of computer network, there are several types of computer network. The critical difference lies in the geographical area they serve and their core purpose. These include the partial area network PAN, the personal area network are interconnected technology devices that serve a single individual within one facility. A PAN is accessible within a distance of 10 meters and a suitable option for small offices or residents. PAN-enabled devices include telephones, computers, video games, consoles, and peripheral devices. PAN provides maximum flexibility. You can upload pictures, the stream music, and video online to your device. The local area network are limited to a single building like an official establishment. LAN covers a defined area. LAN is an essential for resource sharing, include the file servers, printers, and data storage. The LAN hardwares such as Ethernet cables hubs are affordable to the acquire and maintain. Small LAN manages two or three computers, while through LANs hosts thousands of servers. The internet connectivity can either be wired or wireless. LAN is popular with many establishments due to its high speed and low setup cost. Metropolitan Area Network MAN. MAN covers a distinctly larger or than LAN. MAN consists of configured computers covering a town, city, or a campus. Depending on the connections, MAN can connect a single area or traverse several miles. MAN is a series of several LAN linked to create a greater network, also known as a campus area network (CAN) or the campus network. Wide area network (WAN) covers a larger geographical area than the MAN. The network commands a country or even continents. Let's start with the WAN. That is a wide area network. WAN covers a larger area than a MAN. Metropolitan area network. The network connects a country or even the continent, and the computers are interlinked by the cables, optical fibers, or satellites. Most users can access the network via modems. WAN consists of the smaller server network of LAN and MAN. The internet, which consists of network and gateways, is an example of public WAN. Home area network is a HAN is a computer network limited to a defined boundary like a house or the home office. HAN is a type of IP-based LAN which can be either wired or wireless. HAN is a broadband connection available to several users using a wired or wireless modem. It consists of shared devices like faxes, printers, scanners, and data storage. The importance of computer networking. There are several reasons why networking is essential to the business, institutional or individual. These benefits include a cutback on the cost. Cut back on cost. Why are network important? You can cut back on the cost and allow for the efficient use of resources. Hardware is the priciest resource in technology. A computer network reduces your hardware significantly. Since the computers are interconnected, resource pooling is efficient. Printer, copier, backup storage are shared among the employees. This eliminates the need to buy a single IT asset for each employee. Unlike the traditional desktops, you do not need a frequent software installations. You only need to install updates and track the performance. Boost storage capacity and volume. A computer network pulls their entire data to a central data storage server. This data is accessible to your employees. You can use the data to gain insight on how to boost your company's productivity. With a central server, you lower the number of the storage server needed, and you increase the efficiency of the operations. Optimize the convenience and flexibility. Computer network enables flexible operation. The data is not stored in a local server, making it accessible with internet connectivity. You can access your data from any device. This enhances the free movement while accessing your data wherever you may be. A streamlined communication. The computer networking is a massive boon to the communication landscape. Networking allows you to send and receive the text message and files in the real time. The information is available and easy to access from any device. You only need a reliable internet connection. Even if your device shuts down, you log in from the different device and access your data. The drawbacks of computer networking, despite their many disadvantages, computer network present a fair share of setbacks of concern to your business. This include unsecure network, data server exposes your information to man-in-the-middle attack viruses. Employees can download and exchange corrupt files, which exposes your server to viruses and malware. Shared resources open the doors of opportunity for the network security breaches. Hackers can easily snoop on your data. Cost prohibitive. Installing standard networking, however, can set you back by thousands of dollars. Small equipment such as modern routers is expensive. The network also need regular monitoring and maintenance. You will have to consult the services of a professional. Low productivity computer network are flexible, but employee productivity is a concern. The internet presents a mindful of distractions. Employees may engage in unsolicited file sharing or instant message during working hours. Even though most companies have drafted work regulations, policing employees is an uphill battle. A bottom line, the quality technological solutions are significant determinant of the success of any business. Computer networks are essential technology solutions of your business. Computer networking offers immense technology solutions to business and institutions in various formats. Networking pros includes inexpensive steps and maximum utilization of available resources. You get to streamline communication within and outside your organization. To win in the marketplace, you must first win in the workplace. Talk out. To win in the marketplace, you must first win in the workplace. Bottom line, the quality technological solutions are the significant determinant of the success of any business. Computer network is essential technology solutions of your business. Computer networking offers immense technological solutions to business and institutions in various formats. Networking pros include inexpensive steps and maximum utilization of the available resources. You get to the streamlined communication within and outside of your organization. What are the advantages of installing a school network? File sharing. Network files sharing between the computers gives you more flexibility rather than using the floppy drivers or zip drivers. You can use the network to save copies of your important data on your different computers, example shared photos, music files, and documents. Sharing devices is another benefit in which a network exits standalone computer. For example, laser printer, fax machines, modems, scanners, and CD-ROMs players. When these peripherals are added to a network, they can be shared by many users. Sharing the internet access in computer network, students can access the internet simultaneously. Speed. Using a network is a faster way of sharing and transferring files. Without a network, files are shared by copying them to the floppy disk. Cost. Networkable versions of many popular software programs are available to considerable savings compared to buying individual license copies. It allows the users upgrading of the programs. The security. Files and programs on the any network are more secure as the users do not have to worry about illegal copying of program. Passwords can be applied for specific directives to restrict access to the unauthorized users. Centralized software management. One of the greatest benefits of installing a school network is the fact that all the softwares can be loaded on one computer, the server. This saves time, energy when installing updates and tracking the files. Electronic mail. Electronic mail. A network that provides the hardware necessary to install an email system. Email helps in personal professional communication for all the school's personnel as it enables the spread of general information to the entire school staff. Example, electronic mail on LAN, local area network, enables students to communicate with teachers and peers at their own schools when connected to the internet. It enables users to communicate with others. The flexible access school network allows students to access their files from computer throughout the school. Some schools provide public access to the students to begin an assignments in the computer lab and save them access the file when they are at the cyber cafe or home. The disadvantages of installing a school network: expensive to install, require administrative time, servers fails, cable may break, Security and compliance. A larger campus network can carry hefty price tags. Cabling network cards, routers, bridges, firewalls, wireless access points, and softwares can be get expensive, and the installation would certainly require the services of the technicians. But with the ease of the setup, the home network, a social network with internet access can be set up for the small campus in an afternoon. Require administrative time, proper maintenance of the network, require considerable time and expertise. Many schools have installed a network only to find that they do not budget for the necessary administrative support. Servers fail. Although the network server is no more susceptible to failures than any other computer. When the file servers goes down, the entire network may come into the halt. Good network design practices says that the critical network services provided by the servers should be redundant on the network whenever possible. Cables may break. The topology chapter presents information about the various configuration of the cables. Some of the configurations are designed to minimize the inconvenience of the broken cable. With other configurations, one broken cable can stop the entire network. Security and compliance. Network security is expensive. It is also very important. A school network could possibly be subject to more stringent security requirements that a similarly sized corporate network. Because of the likelihood of storing personal and confidential information of the network users, the danger of which can be compounded in any network users or minors. A great deal of attention must be paid to network services to ensure all the network content is appropriate for the network community it serves. The flipped classroom learning. Flipped classroom learning. Now, flipped classroom is meant to increase the teacher's contact time environment that increase the students' responsibility, blending of direct instructions and constructive learning. A class where all the students are engaged. A class where all the absent students who won't fail behind. A class where all the students are engaged in their learning. The difference between the traditional classrooms and the flipped classroom. In the traditional classroom, students get frustrated and give up. Teachers review the homework in the class, and the struggling students are afraid to ask for help. Often, they do not complete assignments. In the traditional classroom, students do not read the comments placed on the graded assignments. In the flipped classroom, teachers are able to assist the learners when they get stuck. In the flipped classroom, students are able to review their work in the class with the peers and teachers. In the flipped classroom, teachers are able to identify the students as they struggle with the content and immediately provide feedback and help. And the flipped classroom, teachers are able to immediately provide the feedback and the help. A traditional classroom, flipped classroom, frustrated. As here it is assist learners. Teachers review homework in class. We have to review their work in the class with the peers and the teachers. Struggling students are afraid to ask for the help. Here, teachers are able to identify students as they struggle with the content and immediately provide the feedback and help. The students do not read the comments placed on the graded assignments in the traditional classrooms, where teachers are able to immediately provide feedback and the help. Key elements of a flipped classroom provide an opportunity for students to gain a first exposure prior to the class, provide an incentive for the students to prepare for the class, task associated with the points, provide the mechanism to assess the students' understanding, provide in-class activities that focus on the higher level of cognitive activities. Classroom flip is an education technology and one way, and it provides the opportunity for the learning through the activities. It influences learning of the environment. So, provide an opportunity for students gain first exposure prior to the class, and provide an incentive for the students prepare for the class and task associated with the points, and provide a mechanism to assess the students' understanding. Provide in-class activities that focus on the high level of cognitive activities. The four pillars of flip: flexible environment, learning culture, intended content, and professional educator. A flexible environment, learning culture, intended content, professional educator. Flexible environment educators can create flexible space in which the students choose when and where they learn. Furthermore, educators who flip their classes are flexible in their expectation of the students' timeline for learning in their assessment of the students' learning. Learning culture. A flip learning model deliberately shifts the instruction to a learner-centered approach where the class time is dedicated to the exploring the topics in greater depth, creating a rich learning opportunity. Students are actively involved in knowledge construction as they participate in and evaluate their learning in a manner that is personally meaningful. Intentional content educators continually think about how they can use a flipped learning model to help the students develop the conceptual understanding and procedural fluency. The educators see you Intentional content to maximize the class time in order to adopt methods of the students under active learning strategies. The professional educators can continually observing their students, providing them with the feedback relevant in the moment, and accessing their work. The professional educators are reflective in their practice content with each other to improve their instructions, accept constructive criticism, and tolerate controlled chaos in their classroom. The roles and responsibilities of the students and teachers. The teachers are the students engaged in the concept exploration, making meaning of content, students taking responsibility of their own learning. The teachers act as a coach, mentor, and guide. The teachers help students access information, process the information, develop critical thinking skills, need to problem solve. The teacher will help students to set and monitor the goals. The eight is the development of the skills needed by the 12th century worker. Difference between the old before the flip and the new after the flip. Before the class, the students are assigned something to read, that is old. The new, the students guided through learning modules that ask and collect questions. In the old, instructor prepare the lectures. In new, instructor prepare learning and opportunities. Beginning of the class, the old students have limited information about what to expect. And in the new, the students have specific questions in mind to guide their learning. In the old, the instructor make general assumptions about what is helpful. In the new, the instructor can anticipate where the students need to most help. And during the class, in the old, the students try to follow along. In the new, students practice performing the skills they are expected to learn. Whereas the instructor try to get through all the materials, but in the new, the instructor guide the process with feedback and mini lectures. After the class, the world students attends the homework and usually with delayed feedback. But in new, the students continue applying their knowledge skills after clarification feedback. Here, instructor grades pass to the work, instructor post any additional explanations and resources necessary and grade the higher quality works. Office hours in the world, the students want confirmation about what to study. In the new, students are equipped to seek help where they know they need it. Instructor often repeats what was in lecture. Here, new instructor continue guiding students towards deeper understanding. So we are classifying based upon before the class, beginning of the class, during the class, after the class, and office hours. And each category we have what is the student's role and what is the instructor role. Let's say first the student's role in old and new. In old, students assigned something to read. Students have limited information about what is to expect. Students try to follow along. Students attempts the homework usually with delayed feedback. Students wants confirmation about what to study. But in new, students guided through learning modules that ask and collect the questions. Students have specific questions in mind to guide their learning. Students practice performing the skills they are expected to learn. Students continue applying their knowledge skills after clarification feedback, and students are equipped to seek help where they know they need it. About the instructors involved. Instructor prepares lecture. Instructor makes general assumptions about what is help. Instructor tries to get through all the material. Instructor grades past work. Instructor often repeats what was in the lecture. But in the new, the instructor prepares learning and opportunities. The instructor can anticipate what the students need the most help. And instructor guides the process with the feedback and mini lectures. Instructor post any additional explanations resources as necessary in the grounds high quality works. The instructor continue guiding students towards the deeper understanding. Let's review the blended learning in the next part.